Hello students, I am going to show you how to do the description section of the art critique. I went over this with some of you in class, but we have online learners and we also had people absent, so I'm going to show you how to do it here in a screen capture. So in your Google Classroom, I'm in the Intro to Art classroom, but every single section of my classes has art critiques. It's the art history section right here. So if you click on this first art critique section here, you'll see that there are 4 different art Google Forms with the 4 different sections of the art critique in there. There's also a rubric. All right, so I'll tell you about that another time. Right now I'm going to show you how to do the description section. Okay, to do the description section, you're going to read this text, okay? I'm going to read this for you just because I like talking about this. Imagine you're in an art museum and you've seen this piece. Pretend that you think it's the most amazing, beautiful, ugly, stupid, worthless thing you've ever seen in a museum, and you just have to tell somebody about it. Pretend that you are on the phone trying to help the other person you are telling about it envision the artwork, because your smartphone camera is on the fritz and you just can't take a picture and post it to Snapchat. You have to rely on your own powers of description. You are trying to create an image in the other person's mind that matches the image you are looking at. Okay? You're going to only use the visual facts of the artwork to answer the questions. You're not going to tell me how it makes you feel. You're not going to tell me what you think the story is. You're just describing the visual facts. I always like to start the year off with Intro to Art students with this piece of artwork here. In fact, I'm going to reduce the size of my screen so we can get the whole picture in there. Oops, that was a little too much. This is a piece of art called Fountain by Marcel Duchamp. And here's the way that you do the art critique description section. You just want to describe what you see in this picture. You're not going to tell me how grossed out you are because there's a picture of a urinal on the screen. You can tell me that on the interpretation day if you want to. But this is, to do the description, you're not even trying to, you might be able to tell this is a urinal. This is an old style urinal from 1917. But what you want to do is just describe what you see in the picture. In this picture, there is a white object. It looks like a urinal. It's roughly in the center and the upper part of the page. It takes up about half of the space, half of the image space. On this urinal is written R. Mutt and the year 1917. It seems to be on some kind of pedestal, which is also white. There's a tag hanging off of this side, and there's something written on the tag, but it's too small for us to read. In the background is some dark contrasting shapes that we also can't make out. So the background is dark, the foreground is white. In the front of the urinal, there's a hole right there. And inside, in the center, is like a little triangle made of dots. Okay, that is how you describe something. So down here in the very bottom, the last question in this description part of the art critique is, briefly describe what is going on in the picture. What are the visual facts of the artwork? That is what I just did. I just briefly described what is going on in the picture. Now there's other things to the description section. The first thing I want to talk about is, what is the subject of the artwork? Well, what is a subject? A subject is the main thing, or the main thing depicted in the artwork, or the main idea. Now, I doubt that you have any idea what Duchamp's idea was for putting this urinal in an art show, but you can say that the main thing in this image is a urinal. So you could say the subject of the artwork is the urinal. Notice how I'm saying these in complete sentences. I do expect you to write in complete sentences. To make a complete sentence, you take the sentence and you restate it in the form of a statement instead of a question. So what is the subject of the artwork? The subject of the artwork is the urinal. Then we want to know what the medium used to create the artwork is. Medium in art is either the materials that the artist used to make the artwork or the genre. Okay? Now, this is a three-dimensional object. And Marcel Duchamp did not make this. He ripped it off the wall in an abandoned factory, stuck it up on a wall in a gallery, and said, "This is art because I say so." If you want to know more about that, go to Google Arts and Culture and search on Marcel Duchamp, and you can find out all about that. I'll post a link later for you. So the medium of the artwork is sculpture. Okay. Let's see, the next question after that is the artwork traditional or abstract? Traditional in art means that it is true to life and it imitates reality. It is designed to represent something. It is representational. I do a drawing of a cat, it looks like a cat. I take a picture of a urinal, it looks like a urinal. Abstract means that it is non-representational. It has no identifiable subject. The image has no identifiable subject, or it's been reduced to its most basic elements. So what I mean by that is that things are reduced to simple shapes and lines and colors, okay? Then if you choose, after you've chosen one of these, traditional or abstract, and I'm going to give you a clue, it is traditional, because when you look at the picture, you can tell that it is a urinal. It is representational. If you couldn't tell what that was, if it was distorted in some way, then you would say that it was abstract. But because it is clearly a urinal, then you're going to say it's traditional. Now you're going to say, explain why you think this. And here, sorry kids, I keep clicking on these things and I shouldn't, because it changes the view to the teacher's view. Explain why you think this. What you're going to do is you're going to say, this artwork, don't tell me I think, because that is assumed, okay? You want to make a strong statement and assert that your idea is correct by just saying it. Don't say, well, I think it is, in my opinion it is. Just go right to what it is that you think it is. So you say, this artwork is traditional because it has a clearly recognizable subject. The urinal is recognizable, therefore it is traditional, okay? That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do the description section of the art critique. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll talk about this in class. Have a great day. Bye.